Hello. For my presentation on technology in the classroom, I'm going to talk a little about the gaming platform Kahoot. It was the first new in-classroom tech I experienced when I came to the university in the spring of 2019. And it was pretty interesting to see how it worked. It's very interactive with the students. Everybody can play off of their smartphone, their laptop, any other device. It allows different uses in the classroom depending on the setting. And I've even used it for holiday parties in my work environment, with my family for fun holiday Trivial Pursuit games. And there are surprisingly a large number of pre-recorded Kahoot games under tons of different topics that you can use. So it's pretty interesting, and here we are going to learn a little bit more about it. Here we are is a basic overview of what Kahoot is. It's a free tool that can be used in the classroom for free. There are other like pro models that have different features, different things you can use, but for just general classroom purposes, you don't have to pay for it. It can be used for quizzes that are built by the teacher or using the pre-made ones, or depending, you can assign different topic areas for students to create their own Kahoots, which is also fairly entertaining because it forces the students to think more about the topic areas in a little bit different way, and then they're actually control of the game, so it pulls in that aspect. And questions are reviewed on the screen, on the shared screen, and are answered by using the device. And it does show the right answers and give feedback and what the criteria were. Here's a short overview film of what Kahoot is, and it kind of shows you a little bit how the game is played. Now that was a short overview of what Kahoot is. And here are some of the 4 primary ways I found doing a little bit of research on what it's used for. It can be used as for review for an assessment, quiz. It can be mainly for use for review. It allows the teacher to upload the questions that have direct impact on what the content that they just learned was. It allows them to kind of explore it in different ways. It can have short rounds of it set up for check on learnings at the end of a module. You can create teams within the classroom to where you break it down in groups of teams of 2, 4, however you choose, and it builds competition within them because the answers are based on accuracy of answer and speed. Now, the one that I think has a lot of learning value is have the students create their own Kahoots. We used this over the summer with my kids with one of their different school-age programs they were in. And they created a Kahoot over the lessons they had taken that week, and it really solidified what they had learned and let the instructors see how they learned it. And it kind of nested it all together because they were in control of the game, and they took a little bit of ownership of it. Now, the next slide is going to be talking about using Kahoot off of Zoom. It's a little bit different than you just using it in the classroom, but there are some ways where you can use Kahoot in conjunction with Zoom for a combined lesson. So as you can see, that was a couple different overviews of what Kahoot is. If you go on YouTube, any other reference pages, there are plenty of videos on how to direct you to set up the Kahoot for your classroom, and some step-by-steps to give a little more clarification on how to consolidate the Zoom with the Kahoot for distance learning. I hope this helps a little bit. I feel that Kahoot, it has a place in the classroom to reinforce material, to provide some assessments on how the students have learned the material, and then to allow the students to fully synthesize what they've learned and developing their own Kahoots for sharing within the classroom. Have a good night.